Okay, guys, welcome to the call. This is Mark Holmes calling in from Delaware. Today is January 5th. This is our first weekly team call of the year. So I'm real excited about this year, 2014. It's going to be pretty exciting. A lot of us have moved forward last year, 2013. And this year, I think it's going to be pretty incredible for those that are plugged in, those that are serious. Stick with it, stay plugged in, and you can make a huge difference within a year's time, 6 months, even 3 months, even a month. So what we're doing on these calls are going to be essential for everybody to move forward. There's going to be people that, like we've gone over on the previous calls, that are looking to not just hit the income levels of 300 to 1,000 per month, but those that are serious that really want to hit the 2,000 to 5,000 per month levels. So these calls are going to be necessary. So I'm hoping that everybody taking notes. What we're going to do tonight, we're going to do a screen share. So if you want, let's see here, everybody go to join.me, not join.me.com, but it's join.me, join.me. And I'll give everybody a little bit of time here, and I'll give you a code to enter. While we're waiting, a warm welcome to all of our new business partners. I'm real excited about meeting you and helping you move forward. Like I said, this is going to be an exciting time, not just with our team, but throughout the whole company. So let me give that code here I'm going to announce this code a couple times. It's a 9-digit number, and it starts with 426 007 306. And I'll give you some time here. And I appreciate everybody's patience. This is going to be a screen share session. And for those that are listening to the recording, I'm going to try to go through everything in detail without spending too much time on each section. Now, we're talking about plugged in. We talk about this all the time. All the time. I was having a conversation actually with James Newland this week, and talking about the calls, the meetings, the events, all of our training calls. And one of the things that James had mentioned, which is true, and I'm sure a lot of you notice the same, each time you listen to a call, a training, or anything, it seems like something else stands out at you that you missed on the previous trainings or whatever. These are all the gold nuggets that we need to move forward. Sometimes it's something that'll get you over the hump if you're having a bad week. But let me give that code out again. And if you're just joining us, the website again is www.join.me, join.me. And I'll give a code here. Everybody, if you would, grab a pen and a piece of paper. A lot of this information is going to be info that you definitely want to write down. There's a lot of stuff here that I know. There's a lot of people with our team that have been with us for 6 months, 12 months, have no idea that this even exists. So again, let me give that code out again. And you want to enter this into the area on the join.me screen where it has the space for the number. It's a 9-digit number. That's 426-007-306. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and get into it. You should be seeing my screen there. Right now I have one team worldwide. And you should see my mouse moving around there. This is my screen in Delaware, the convenience of modern technology. Okay, so what we're going to do, there's a lot of information here. The personal development, I'm not going to go through everything in detail because we'd be hours on this call. I'm going to make this as quick as I can. Personal development, am I coachable? That's one thing everybody should be looking at. Everybody should be hitting the reset button this year, 2014. I don't care if you're a diamond with our company. I don't care if you're gold and you have your Mercedes. I don't care what it is. If you're just starting, you definitely want to be listening to this. Am I coachable? So that's where that is. You go to personal development. That's the first one there. Am I coachable? There's a lot of information there. Prospecting. This is what all of us should be spending our time with. There's a lot of information there. Zig Ziglar. Zig Ziglar is not with us today, but a great leader, great mentor, great coach. I saw him for the first time in 1993 at the Baltimore Civic Center. Amazing seminar. Training, getting started, what to do when you get started. Okay, now for a lot of you, I know you've seen this stuff, but what we have to understand is this is what we have to help our people with. When they get started, our distributors, not necessarily our preferred customers, but our distributors, people that are serious, we need to get them plugged into this. And if you don't know where this stuff is, your team will never know where it is. And what is your team? Your team could be 2 people or it could be 20,000 people. If it's 20,000 people and you haven't taught the first 2 people where this stuff is, it's pretty likely that the rest of the people in your organization don't know where it is also. And actually, it's pretty unlikely that you would hit 20,000 people anyway because it wouldn't be duplicatable. And that's what all this gets down to. That's why we're spending the time on this. Training, 4 steps to success. A lot of information there. Go through that. The compensation plan. Now this here, I've been posting some videos on our Facebook group page. There's a lot of good trainings that David Moses goes through here. How to get people to 2,000 to 5,000 per month. What the compensation plan means. How does it work? And this is not something that you need to learn right away, but as we're building, this is all stuff that we should be learning as we're building. You don't have to know the complete compensation plan before you get started building. Really, all you really need to know is how to get started when you're first introduced to this, how to get started and what to do first. And we're going to go through that here also. Leadership check match. Now, that's something that really doesn't even matter until you get to the higher ranks. So why would any of us spend any time with that, teaching somebody that in the beginning? That's totally ridiculous. If you have a player that you're talking to, that has a proven background, that's what they're going to be looking for and wanting to know. That's somebody, 10, 20, 30, 50,000 per month and up. They're going to want to know what the leadership check match is, diamond pool, all that information. So go through that when you have time. Archive calls. This is where you're going to go through the Fast Start training call, MIT training. There's recordings of the calls, opportunity call, straight talk with Russ Bianchi, Fast Start training. Okay? There's 3 trainings there. Paul Lovato, Doug Stroop, Fred Holmes. Fred Holmes actually created this for us, the Fast Start training. All you have to do is hit play, and it's a recording. And you'll follow through, and this is something I think everybody should do the first part of this year, like today, tomorrow, if you haven't done it already. The Fast Start training, get back to the basics, hit the reset button. We're going to go into the back office of OTW, One Team Worldwide, at the top right, and go through some stuff there. Before I leave this page, I also want to show everybody, if you haven't done this too, you have to do this. It's necessary. I have a lot of people that call me and put people on the phone with me, and the introduction is not professional at all. I'm not busting anybody's chops. If you're listening, I'm not busting anybody's chops or anything, but it has to be professional. And that's what this recording goes over. 3-way calling, advanced training for business builders. So if you want to be a business builder, you want to be listening to this. You want to be able to do a 3-way call the proper way. It's not, hey, Mark, this is John, and he's got some questions. That's terrible. That's a terrible way to present a professional business to somebody. So listen to that. All right, enough with all that. Go through all that. You got the conference call schedule at the top there. Important links. There's a ton of training CDs. I'm ordering some extra training CDs, and I'm going through a lot of stuff that I haven't heard yet. And everybody else should be too. The cost of some of these CDs is, I don't know, $3, $4, $5 for a training. So there's no reason why anybody shouldn't be doing the trainings at all. So let's get right to it. Let's go to the top there. Right now we're at the website, oneteamworldwide.com. Top right, OTW, member login. Okay, and then enter password. That is millionaire, all lowercase, millionaire, and submit. Okay, now, this here, I get a ton of calls from people throughout the year with a lot of different questions, and that's great. That's what I want. But if they were plugged in and really understood what is in our back office of our team training site. Team training site is One Team Worldwide. A lot of those questions would be answered already. And again, I don't mind. I want people to call me if they have questions, they can't find something or whatever. But this is where pretty much most of those answers are. Welcome letter. And I'm going to go ahead and click on some of this stuff so you can see. Welcome letter. And I have another version of this that kind of relates directly to our team. I'm sorry, I had something going on with my screen here. Okay. Sometimes I get a little delay on my computer when I have join.me running. Sometimes freezes my computer up. Okay, so this is a welcome letter. This is something that everybody, when you have somebody joining your team, if they're a distributor, you want to be sending them a welcome letter. Again, this is a business. We have to be professional. There's nothing more professional than sending a professionally done welcome letter. And like I said, the one that I have is directly related to our specific team. It has a lot of our Facebook information, group page, things of that sort. Let's see here. Okay, so let me get out of there. The next thing, Fast Start Training outline. This is where that Fast Start Training is. Okay, now this is what everybody should be doing. When people get started, our distributors, they're serious and they want to start earning, this is what should be done within the first 24 to 48 hours. I think it should be done the first day. Excuse me. So Fast Start Training outline. This is done every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And then you call in at the number. You can find that on the conference call schedule on One Team Worldwide at the top there. That's our standard conference call number. This is the Fast Start Training outline that everybody on this call, everybody that's calling in, listening to this recording or whatever it is, everybody should be listening to this outline again. I think it's good for everybody to listen to at least once a month. So this is what we're supposed to be doing. This is what works. This is what helped 180,000 people in Zija International. This is what already works. So, again, James and I had a good conversation this week. A lot of times we get thinking outside the box. Well, maybe I should be doing this. Maybe I should say this instead of that. I should add this instead of just that. I think I need to say a little bit more about this. Well, that's not our system. This is our system. What you're looking at on our screen right now is our system. And you want to print this out too. Print this out. When somebody starts, email it to them. Unless you're on the phone with them, you can direct them to this Fast Start Training outline and have them pull it up, print it out, and they can write notes on it. Another great thing to do if you have somebody starting and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, whatever it is, get all of them on that Fast Start Training call Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Be there with them. They know that there's somebody that really wants to be their sponsor and help them. Don't just get them started and then just kick them to the side. The worst thing we can do, absolute worst thing we can do, is get them started and not call them for a week, 2 weeks. That's just terrible. We're going to go through some other things too, but I'm not going to get into any great detail there. That's just something that definitely needs to be done. There's a lot of stuff here. Path to Success Guide. OTW Sponsor Pack. Upline Information. Sorry, my computer's kind of slow here. Here's the Path to Success. Have your sponsor introduce you to your Powerline leaders on a Lifeline call. Get a 3-way calling and unlimited long distance if you have to. Read through all that information. Zija Biz Tools. Okay? Zija Biz Tools. That's where you're going to find a lot of this, I think it's Sound Concepts is what distributes, the company that distributes our training materials. Zija Biz, ZIJABIZTOOLS.com. You definitely want to be keeping your people plugged into that. And also here, I think these calls might be a little outdated. Well, actually, I know they are, but they should be redone, I think. And I'm going to talk to David and see if they can get a new sizzle call going here. But these are great sizzle calls, and we'll go over this here in a little bit here too. But there's a lot of information there, a lot of info. The other thing, let's see here, upline information, lifeline call. Okay, this is great. This is one of the big questions I get. 8-question follow-up. Okay. The 8-question follow-up, and that's in the back office there, OTW. These are all questions. A lot of people ask me, what do I say after they look at the website? What do I say? Well, suppose it's this person and they're this type of person, and what do I say to that person? And this person, they're a little different. What do I say to that person? It's all the same. This here, the 8-question follow-up. Everything's written down here for us. Word for word. You don't want to sit here and read word for word while you're talking to people, of course, but it's all there. It's all there. Builder presentation. This presentation is kind of old. That should be redone. You can see a lot of these dates. But there is a builder presentation that is new, that if you wanted to do a PowerPoint presentation on One Team Worldwide, and you can download that. It's a downloadable presentation. You can download the slides. PBR, Private Business Reception Outline. And there's a great video on that in our back office of our ZJ International back office. That's in the training section right there as soon as you log on. Great video on private business reception. I think it's Chris Estes that does that. Waste management system sampler summary says new. Okay, so I guess they updated that. Let's see here. XM3. Okay, some information there. You can go through that. Okay, now if you're having PBR, or if you have an event at a public place or whatever, there's a member sign-in sheet. It's all pre-done. Nice. ZJ letterhead, everything. This is where people come in, they sign in, put their email, phone number, and who's the sponsor. OTW, guest sign-in sheets. Okay, that's not, I don't think that's real necessary, but that's another sign-in sheet, for people that are guests to the OTW site. 90-day game plan. And this is what we should be doing from now to the next 90 days. So we got January, February, March. 3 months. This is 90 days. This is what we call in the professional business as a 90-day run. 90-day game plan. Okay? Now this is going to help you understand where you are and what you have to do. How many prospecting phone calls per day? How many CDs or DVDs per day that did you give out? How many sizzle calls did you work with people on throughout the day? How many websites, guests, everything. You can go through all that. I'm not going to go through this in detail. Let's see here. Weekly activity monitor. And by the way, I forgot, thank you everybody for sending in your weekly team reports. Appreciate it. A lot of you are doing great. Some of you, Nolan, Nolan, you're doing a great job, and appreciate everything you guys are doing. That's what's really going to help you. The weekly team reports that I have out there are a little different than this. But if you'd rather use this one, that's fine also. I think this one here is actually good to keep track of each day, and that'll help you fill out your weekly team report that I've sent out to all the leaders. And if you don't have that, get with me, get with your sponsor, and make sure you get that. It's going to be necessary, keeping yourself accountable. It's not about somebody keeping you accountable. This is a business. This is your own business. This isn't a job where you have a boss that keeps that person accountable. This is a business. This is your own business, professional business, that you have to keep yourself accountable for. Okay, so I'm not going to go through a lot of that there, but it's pretty self-explanatory. You're just filling in the information. What did you do this week? This is what's going to move you forward. This is what's going to move the leaders forward into the 2,000 to 5,000 monthly levels. Okay, now, next section, recruiting process. I'm going to say this a couple times. Recruiting is a process. It's not an event. This isn't sales where you're trying to close somebody on the spot. Recruiting is a process. It's not an event. So, first thing, creating a prospect list. Okay? Now, this is one of the main things I want to talk about on this call, being that we're at the first of the year. Well, today's the 5th, but it's our first call of the year. List. Everybody should be, if you don't have a list already, you really should, but if you don't, it's okay. Make your list. And this is where you're just going to go through and just read through this here. What is a warm market? And a lot of people say, I don't have a warm market anymore. I went through my warm market. Some people call it the NFL. No friends left. Well, that's never the case. The warm market, in my opinion, never stops. You're always meeting people. And what we're doing is we're developing some sort of professional rapport with somebody. You don't have to spend hours on end throughout the day with people, but you're creating a rapport. And these people are becoming your warm market. So this here is going to be critical for those that really are serious and want to move forward. Those that aren't, that's okay. If you want to move at your own pace and it's a slower pace, that's okay. Everybody moves at their own pace with this. If you're happy with doing 300 to 800 or 1,000 per month, that's okay. But those that want to move forward and really want to work this as a business, not a hobby, you want to go through and make this list. And it tells you what type of person and what you're looking for. This is really going to help you make that list. So the recruiting process is the next one there. Okay, it goes through a lot of information there. What should you do first? Second? Okay, again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time there. Contacting and inviting. Okay, sorry guys. I think my screen for some reason was frozen. I don't know how long it was frozen, but I went through everything in pretty good detail. So you can go into the OTW website there and follow through. If you want to try again, go ahead and re-log in to join.me, and the number is 426-007-306. And I'll give that number again. 426 007 306. I'll give it a second here. Okay, looks like we've got more people joining here. And I apologize, guys. Sometimes my computer freezes up here with this the software. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and keep rolling here. What to do first? A lot of information. I mean, a lot of people, and a lot of you already know this, and that's okay, but it's not about you. It's not about you. All this information, you want to be doing this, but you want your people, especially when they first started, to understand where this is. You don't want to throw all of this at them at one time. The only information you want them to have is the fast start training and what to do first, making that list. That's it. You can help them get logged in, show them where a couple things are, a couple things in their back office, not the whole back office of your myzeja.com website. But a lot of this information is going to help people understand how to make those lists and what to do. So this is all good information. Contacting and inviting scripts. Again, one of the biggest questions I have that comes through all the time. What do I say? Here it is. Word for word. Okay? Here's a sizzle call approach. I'm not going to read through it, but word for word. It has a blank there. You fill in the blank. Bob, I wanted to give you a quick call. I have a question. Do you keep your income options open? Great. I have something for you to hear. I'm not going to get into the rest of it, but there it is. An opportunity call approach. Bob, I do not have a lot of time right now. My phone has been ringing off the hook. Do you have a pen and paper? Bob, take this number down. Okay. And, of course, I'm no actor. It's you don't want to be reading word for word. A CD approach. You give somebody a CD. There it is, word for word. Okay, long distance, package, indirect, or who do you know approach. Referral approach. Calling a referral approach. An opinion approach. Now that one there, I want everybody to take a good notice of what that is. That is very powerful. An opinion approach. An approach for network marketers. Okay, now there's a lot of marketers, especially now at this time, at the beginning of the year. This is when professional network marketers are looking. They've evaluated their situation the previous year. They're not where they want to be. Whatever the case, whatever it is of why they're looking, there's a lot of them that are looking. Their sales with their company was down. Something happened with corporate. A lot of their top income earners have left the company the previous year. Big red flag. Take your time to read that. Okay? An approach for network marketers. Okay, there, and I think it's pretty much it. Handling questions when people ask you questions. What is this about? Tell me about the product. Okay? Is this network marketing? What's the website address? So everything that everybody has questions to, I would have to say 99% of the answers are right there. Here's another big one. Now, handling concerns. what I like to call this is objections. Everybody comes across objections. Handling concerns. This is huge too. Now this is for those of us that, again, are serious, that want to hit that 2,000 to 5,000. Also, it's for those of us that want to go beyond that 2,000 to 5,000 per month and hit the 5-digit incomes. The 5-digit incomes, and for some of us, 6-digit incomes monthly. Some of you that might be listening in on this may already be there and know how to handle objections. This is extremely important. Extremely important. There's a lot of people that are serious business-minded people that don't lock arms with our team because that person didn't understand how to handle an objection. I don't have enough time. If I had $1 for everybody that's told me that, if I had enough time, don't have any money. Again, if I had $1 for everybody, for every person that told me that, I don't know anybody. There's millions of people out there. I need to know more about the products. Another one. I just don't understand who sells the product. Is this a pyramid? And there it is. It's all written out what to say. Bob, I'm under the impression pyramids are illegal. And I would not be involved with anything like that. I spent a lot of time doing my due diligence on this company, and you can go through the rest. I'm not going to read the whole thing. That's a big one. Everybody asks me. They call me. What do I say when somebody says, is it a pyramid? There it is. I want to think about it. Still want to think about it. I need to talk this over with my wife, my spouse. Okay, so handling concerns. This is, for all of you, again, for all of you, I'm repeating myself, but I'm repeating this for a reason. For all of you that are serious, you need to understand how to handle these objections. Print this out. Carry it with you. Read it over and over. Read these paragraphs. And again, you don't want to be reading this word for word. That's terrible. I mean, you want to understand what's in that paragraph. So that's a huge, huge one. Handling concerns. Personal development. Okay, there's a lot of recommended reading lists there. Some great books. Great books in there. I can see some of the ones I've read. And Magic of Thinking Big. There's a huge one there. And there's some that I can see that I need to read. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Covey. That's a good one. So there's a lot of good information in here, guys. And I know that there's a lot of people that have been with the company for a year, 2 years, and don't know what's back here. And the people that especially need this are the ones that aren't where they want to be. At the very bottom, add copies. Now, a lot of you that want to move forward with the advertising, here it is. Again, a lot of you call me with this, and it's great. I want you all to call me. If you need to, call me every day. But a lot of the answers are here. Add samples. Okay, you got the headers. It breaks it down by the ad. Of course, every ad has a header. Starving for 6-figure income. Retire rich, not old. 150K plus. Winning in a home-based business. There's a ton of them. There's a whole list. Page and a half long. Add samples. The body. Okay, 200,000 plus per year from home sales. I don't like the sales part. Internet-based support and training. 2,000 startup cost. That's not. I don't think you should put that in there. But call number. Some of these I like, and some of them I don't like. But and you'll go through and pretty much figure it out for yourself. An immediate income potential, looking for hungry, sincere, and very serious people. Formula for massive success. Perfect. That's perfect. Okay, there's a ton of them in there. And there they are. I'm scrolling through right now. Okay, so, and another thing too, with these, the ads, a little bit, I'm not going to get into, this is a whole other training, but Google Voice numbers, voice boxes. Google Voice is free. You want to have a Google Voice number set up. Use that Google Voice number. It tracks the people that call in. It captures the number. You can get back to them. The fortune is in the follow-up, as we always say. If you don't have the number, you don't have their information, you can't get back to them. Again, that's another piece of the pie that's going to get you to the 2,000 to 5,000 per month if you haven't hit it already. That's what's going to get you to the 5 and 6 digits monthly incomes. Doing all this on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. That's what it's going to take. And that's what this group is about, this leaders group. That's what this is about. It's about helping those leaders hit those goals. But not only that, it's about helping them, you, help your people hit the same goals that are serious. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I went a little long here, but there's a lot of information that I really feel that everybody needs to have here once they get rolling, and you can kind of go through this as time goes, but you can see some of the things that really stand out there that I've gone through that really are necessary for people to move on, to hit the next level. So, again, guys, thanks again. I'm real excited about this year. 2014 is going to be awesome. And I'm real excited to see all of the new leaders that have just joined us move forward also. So thanks again, guys, and we will see you on the next call Sunday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Time next week. Have a great week.